Okay, good morning, Dalal, Wichton, Monira. Do you listen me? Can you listen me? Yes, girls, are you able to listen me? Okay, good morning, Fida. Welcome to the class. All right, girls, so do you have any questions regarding the new assessment plan? Do you have any questions? Okay. Good morning, Father. Welcome to the class. So do you have any questions regarding the new assessment plan? Today we have a quiz which will open at 9 o'clock and it will finish at 9:30. You have 15 questions, multiple choice and true false. Time allocated is 15 minutes. The quiz will start at 9 o'clock and the percentage of the quiz is 10%. So you have 5 weekly short tests which are 10%. Good morning, Yasmin. Welcome to the class. Yes, Fida, it will close at 9:30. But if you log into your Blackboard at 9:20, you will only get 10 minutes. You won't get 15 minutes. So please log in on time. Any questions regarding the new assessment? All right, have you downloaded the packet tracer? Because soon, next week, I will post the assignment 2, which will be based on packet tracer, and the submission will be week 13. So any problems in the in packet tracer? Do you have any problems with the packet tracer? Okay, that's good. We have 2 questions left for the packet tracer exercise. If you can see the exercise, anyways, I will share the screen, and the 2 questions which are left, I will try to do it now, and later on I will post this video on the Blackboard. Welcome Alanur to the class. I will post this video so that you can try by yourself. So now I am going to share the screen with you. Okay. So do you all see the screen now? Yes, girls? Do you all see the screen now? Please reply yes or no. Do you see? Please reply yes or no. Okay, so you can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So if you see, first of all, I will do the question number 4, then I will do the question number 3. So question number 4, configure 3 computers and a DHCP server. If you can recall from chapter 3, chapter 4, DHCP server, dynamic host configuration protocol. DHCP server is a server that allocates which is responsible for allocating the dynamic IP addresses to the computers which are attached to it. So DHCP contains the pool of IP addresses. Now, how can we configure how we can configure the DHCP server so that all the devices that are there in the network, they do not have the static IP addresses, rather they obtain their IP addresses dynamically. If you have tried to do the question number 1 and 2, in these I have allocated the static IP addresses. That means their IP address will be static all the time. But DHCP makes the PCs or the devices attached to it to have the dynamic IP addresses. So how do they have their dynamic? How can we configure a DHCP server? I will just explain you here. So if you can see over here in this figure, can you all see this figure? Please reply, girls, yes or no.
Yes.
Okay. So I have 3 computers which are attached to the switch and switches attached to the server. So it's an example for the DHCP configuration. Now, first of all, we will configure the server. How to configure the server? I will just click on the server. Okay, let me just tell you where we have the server. When we go to this end devices, and you see over here generic, and at the bottom it shows over here server. So this is a server. So now I click on the server. When I click on the server, I will go to the IP configuration, right? I will go, it has physical tab, it has config tab, it has services tab, okay, first of all, I will go to the DHCP. Let me just first of all configure its IP. I will go to the desktop, I will configure its IP, right? So because now, if I go back to the question, the server should have a static IP address because it's a DHCP server. For the server, I will choose the static IP address. So if you see for the server, I have chosen the static IP address. This is the IP address. I have chosen 10.10.10.2. Subnet mask is 255 because it's a class A address. You can try with class B or class C address also. Default gateway. Now default gateway will be the address of the switch, and DNS server, we will make it 00 because I don't want it to be a DNS server. It's a DHCP server. Then I will click on the services tab. Now, then I will click on the services tab. I want which services it should provide. Since it's a DHCP server, I will click on DHCP. Right now, all these things will be empty. Pool name, you can give any pool name. I gave it as like server. First thing, what you have to do, you have to click on this services on. By default, all the services are off. Then in the default gateway, you will choose 10.10.10.1, which is the address of the switch. You will allocate the DNS server name 10.10.10.2. Right? So now here, starting IP address. Starting IP address, what will I put? Maybe 10.10.10.0. Subnet mask will come automatically. How many number of users I want? I want 12 users, I want 255 users, I want 128 user. By default, the number is 12 over here. The 12 512. I can change this number. So for example, I make it as 128. After doing this, what I have to do, I have to click on add. I will click on add because the pool name already exists. So that's why it is telling me that pool name already exists. Then I will close it. Now I will configure the PCs, my all these three devices. I'll click on PC, right? Then I will click on IP configuration. Instead of doing the static, I will just click on DHCP. I will not enter anything over here because if I click on static, it will go. When I click on DHCP, it will request for the IP address. So I will just close it. Same thing I will do with the PC1 also. I will go to its desktop, IP configuration and choose DHCP. It will automatically have the IP address. I'm not going to assign it. Same thing I will go do with the PC3. So I will just choose DHCP. That means automatic IP address will be assigned. So for example, if I want to have another PC over here, so what will I do? I will just click over here the PC. Okay, this is the PC and I will click over here. I have to first of all attach it to the server. So I will click on the wire. I will choose this copper straight through cable, fast Ethernet. Now in the switch, the port number, first port number has to be attached to the server. So now the port number 5th is available. So port number 0, switch port number 0 is attached to the server. Port number 1 is attached to PC0. Port number 2 with another PC. Port number 3, port number 4 and so on. So always the port number 0 of switch will be attached to the server over here. Now when I click on this PC, because I have to allocate the IP address, I will click on PC, I will go to desktop, I will go to IP configuration, just click on DHCP over here, right? So it will automatically give it the IP address. Now if you see these green dotted lines, they tell me that all the lines are up. So for example, I can click if I want to check that I can ping this system or I can ping this system or not. Either I can click on their IP addresses. So for example, if I don't know I will just go the IP address of this PC3 is 10.0.0.2. So if I go to PC0, I will go to the command prompt, ping 10.0.0.2. So it's working. Or either you can use the simulation mode also. What you do, just click on the packet, whether you are just click over here a packet, here, you click a packet over here also, then click a packet to the server also. I'll go to the simulation mode, then I'll click on auto capture. So if you see, the packets are going from PC0 to switch 0, PC2 to switch 0, then from switch 0 to PC1, PC3, these packets are going. Then from PC1, PC3 to switch 0, click on auto capture. Then from PC2 and PC1, they are going the packet. I can see the packets traveling. And the last packet, I click on, it is going to the server. So if you see, all the devices are connected and there is a connectivity. This was regarding the DHCP server. So do you have any questions for the DHCP server? Do you have questions for the DHCP server? Yes, girls, please speak out. All right.
No, it's clear.
Okay, it's clear. Now I will go to the question number 3. Question number 3 is client server LAN with 3 pieces, switch and a server. So in this case, we will make it as a DNS server and this HTTP server. The most important here is HTTP server. Okay, good morning, Sarah. Welcome to the class. All right. So question number 3. I will do the question number 3. I will just close it. Okay, or file new. All right. So, okay, welcome to the class, Rio. All right. So question number 3 is, I want to create a client server LAN with 3 pieces and a switch and a server. So what will I do? I will just make 2 pieces, first of all. So here are computers. This is the first computer. This is the second computer. I want a switch. All right. So when I go over here, this is a switch. 2950. Then I want to create a server. So this is a server. All right. Now I will make the connections. So straight copper straight through cable, fast Ethernet, and here fast Ethernet 02, because port number 01 will be attached with the server always. Then with PC1, I'll click on copper cable 0 and click it to switch. Then this copper crossover cable. All right, here I will select the port number 1 and I will connect it to the server, right? So now first of all, I will configure the server over here. I will configure the server over here. All right, now when I go over here, let me just first of all configure the IP address. I will give it a static IP address. Okay, let me just give the IP address to it as 10.10.
Miss,
Yeah.
I think there is a problem with the streaming. The window isn't showing.
The window isn't.
When you click on the device, we can't see what you are typing.
Okay, so can you see the screen now? Can you see what is there on the screen now?
Yeah, the program is shown, but the new window, when you click on any device, it's not shown.
Okay, so when I click on any device, it is not shown, right?
Yeah, we can't see.
So for example, when I click on server, you don't see it now.
Yes, it's not shown.
Okay, it's not shown now. All right, so I am speaking each and every step.
Yeah.
It's okay?
It's understood, but we can't see it.
It's okay, then you can try, but if you have, after that, if you have any problem, just write to me.
Okay.
Okay, or if you want, you can send your configuration to me. You can send your trace file to me. Clear?
Okay.
Okay, so I will click on server. On the server, I will go to the IP configuration, a desktop tab, and then I will click on IP configuration. So for server, it will be a static IP address. I will not choose DHCP because it's a static server. IP address, let me just put the IP address for the server as 10.10.10.2. Subnet mask will automatically come as 255.0.0.0. Default gateway will be the address of the switch. Default gateway is 10.10.10.1. And DNS server. DNS server, that means what services I am going to provide on the server. It will be the address of the server, whatever IP address I have given to the server. Okay, so 10.10.10.2, which is the IP address of this server. Right now, then I will go to the services tab over here. On the services tab, I have DNS service. I will click on, by default, the services are off. I will click on. Then I will click all the PCs that should be attached to it, so that I can refer to the pieces by their name. So my first PC, I have not yet allocated the IP addresses to the pieces. So first of all, let me just give the IP addresses to the computers. I will click on PC0. I will allocate the IP address. I will go to desktop, click on IP configuration, static, and IP address. I give it as 10.10.10.3. Click on subnet mask, and default gateway is 10.10.10.1, and DNS server, the IP address is the IP address of the server 10.10.10.2, right? So I have given it as 10.10.10.3, the IP address of the first computer. PC1, the IP address, I will go to the IP configuration. I'll make the IP address as 10.10.10.4. Subnet mask will come automatically. Default gateway is address of the switch, which is 10.10.10.1. And DNS server is the IP address of the server, which is 10.10.10.2. Now I click on OK or close it. That's done. I go to server again. I'll go to server again, then I will go to the services tab. On the services tab, I will click on DNS. Now DNS service, I will make it on, and to this DNS service, I will add the computer name so that I can ping the computer names with their names instead of pinging the computers with their IP addresses. So in the name, I will put the name of the computer, which is PC0, and then I will put the address of the first computer was 10.10.10.3, and then I will click on add. It will be added in the box below. Same thing I will do for the PC1 address is 10.10.10.4. I will click on add. So DNS service is added. Next, I will click on the HTTP service. HTTP service is by default is on actually. So HTTP service is on. I will click on over here, and then I will close it. So I have configured now everything. So for the DNS server, what will I do? I'll go to the PC0, go to the command prompt. Then what will I do? Ping. Instead of using the IP address of the second computer, I will use the name of the second computer, which is PC1. So it's working. All right. Now for checking the HTTP server. HTTP server means it will be able to provide something web services to me. So web services means something called www that it will be able to provide it to me. So what can I do? What will I do? I'll go to the PC0. Then on the desktop tab, there is a web browser tab. When I click on the web browser tab, a window opens and which tells me to write over here URL. Since I have not given a URL name to the server, what I can do, I can ping the server, I can request the server to upload its web page by using the IP address, as I know the IP address of the server. So what in the URL, what will I type? HTTP colons, then 2/ and the IP address of the server. IP address of the server was 10.10.10.2. Then I will click enter, and you will find that a web page has been opened which shows Cisco Packet Tracer, and there are many hyperlinks on this page, right? So this is how you can configure the DNS and HTTP server. Now what will I do? Whatever the packet tracer files I have made over here, I will upload these files on the Blackboard, and you can listen to this because I have explained each and every step. So you can listen to the recording and then try by your own. So if you still have any concern, you can send your packet tracer file to me. I can analyze and then I can reply you back. Is that clear?
Yes.
So do you have any questions now?
Yes.
I will stop sharing the screen now. Okay. Yeah, tell me, Munira, what are your questions?
Is it a question from the lab or?
Yeah, it's a question from the lab. See here, we had a question over here.
Which one?
Wait, share. Do you see question 3 and question 4?
Yes.
Okay, so these two questions. What will I do? I will make a topology. I will do whatever I explained you now in the video lecture. Then I will put it on the blackboard by the end of day today. Is that clear?
Yes, Miss?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question about the software of a packet tracer.
Yeah, tell me.
Yes, I downloaded it, but
Okay.
it's different from what you show.
It's okay. What is the difference basically?
I cannot figure it until now, but it's different.
Try to do the first question. Send me your file. I will figure out what is the difference.
Okay.
Okay. This is how I can help you. All right. Any other questions regarding the packet tracer? Or any other questions regarding your assessment plan? Do you have any questions, girls?
Miss, I have a question regarding the midterm.
Okay, tell me.
When we can see our marks?
Yeah, I will upload the marks maybe in another 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
Okay. So practical marks are already uploaded. Only the theory marks.
Yeah, I mean the theory.
Yeah, in another 2 to 3 days, I will enter the marks.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question, girls? At 9 o'clock, quiz will open. Quiz will close at 9:30. There are 15 questions in the quiz, multiple choice and true false, and you have 15 minutes to attempt those questions. This quiz will carry 10% marks. And if you log into the blackboard at 9:20, you won't have 15 minutes to attempt the quiz. You will have only 10 minutes to attempt the quiz. Am I clear?
Yes.
All right. So any other questions, girls? How is it going? What are the difficulties you are finding in the computer network course? Any difficulties you are facing? Are you facing any difficulties?
No, it's all clear.
It's clear you are understanding the course. What about the theory lecture? Did you hear the lecture?
Yes.
Okay, so do you have any questions for the lecture?
No, it was clear.
Okay, that's fine then. Now we don't have much, we just have this chapter, which I have started. I think it's chapter number 5. And then we have just 1 or 2 topics from chapter number 6. So we will finish before I want to finish week 14 or by week 14. That's my plan to finish. Is that clear?
And we will still taking weekly quizzes till which week?
Till week 14. You can check the blackboard. If you can check if you see the blackboard, you have 5 weekly short tests starting from week 10 until week 14. So each carries 10%. 10 multiplied by 5 makes 50%. Right? So if you have any questions to ask, you can ask the questions, or else we may finish up the class now. After the class, I will put this video recording. No questions, girls?
No, thank you.
Okay.
No questions, thank you.
Okay, so I will end the meeting. Thank you so much for attending, everyone. All right, so now I'm going to end the meeting. Thank you so much for attending this class. Okay, let's end it.